Donald Trump has been named the 47th president of the United States.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
We're asking people about the election. How do you feel?
Disheartened, sad, disappointed.
Don't like the result.
I'm so angry, I want to punch a straight white man in the face.
What? Today is November 6th, one day after the presidential election. We're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, asking people what they think about the results of the election. And it was historic. Donald Trump won, I believe, all the swing states. We got the House, they got the Senate. It's a lot of people are happy, it's a lot of people are mad, and we came down here today to see what the common folk are thinking and to see what their thoughts are. How you doing? We're out here. We're out. No, just that look alone. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing.
What's going on?
Okay. There you go. We're out here in Bethlehem today. And we're asking people about this election that just occurred, and if you thought it was rigged or not, what your thoughts on it, how you feel about the whole thing, your emotions, the whole nine. Have any insight?
Yeah.
Okay. So who am I speaking with?
My name is Logan Blau. I'm a senior here at Moravian. I don't want to say anything about like rig and things because I'm not like there, but I'm very upset about it. I'm pretty devastated. It just, I don't know. I've said this to a lot of people. It won't sink in until January, I feel like, but I'm very, very disappointed.
You're very disappointed?
Yeah.
Now, yesterday when you woke up, did you truly think she was going to get in?
I'm optimistic, but
yeah.
I knew that it was kind of a lose-lose situation for everybody.
Are you happy with the result?
No.
No?
Definitely not.
Yeah. So what aren't you happy about?
I definitely would have preferred Kamala Harris over Donald Trump.
Okay. And why is that?
I think that, honestly, it's kind of hard to explain. I know that like the economy was better under Trump. I understand that, but I think that like as far as healing goes, we'd probably be better off under Kamala Harris.
Okay. And how do you think the next 4 years is going to go?
Interesting.
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 Yeah.
I think it's hard to rig. I mean, not that I have any experience rigging anything, but
You're a professional rigger.
But to win the electoral and the popular vote, I feel like it'd be hard to pull that off. But I think that it was a hard decision for a lot of people, and I think that we should all take that into account because there were a lot of things to consider on both sides, and I think depending on what you view most important, it was a hard decision to make. And I don't think anyone was fully, I don't think anyone was fully 100% confident that their person had all the answers that were going to fix all the solutions. It's just a matter of voting with your conscience. And like I said, I don't think it was a rigged situation. I just think that people had a hard decision to make.
Yeah. Now, are you gonna stay tuned and see what he's gonna be doing, and maybe like, wow, he's not as bad as I thought he was?
Well, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're all in it. We all want the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We want safety. We want to make sure everybody can live. Mm-hmm. Finance. Mm-hmm. That's the main importance of everything. Mm-hmm. So you spend a lot of money on this fancy education. You want to get out of here and make some cheddar, right?
Yeah.
That's what I expected, and I'm upset.
So you expected it. You didn't want it to go that way, but with all the energy around you, you thought it was going to go that way.
Yeah, people are pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Like fascism.
Is that what it is, you think?
Yeah.
Now,
both sides are kind of fascist.
Yeah. Now, do you think a lot of people are just fed up, and that's why the silent majority came out? The women, the men, the black men, the Chinese, they had the highest turnout ever for a Republican.
I don't know the statistics, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it was.
Have all the ballots been counted? And how do you know who voted for who?
Well, you don't. Well, you're.
Ballots are secret.
Yeah.
So your premise seems like off.
So you don't believe in the whole system.
What does that mean?
The republic system, democratic system, the American system, the way we've been voting for the last 200 years.
I think you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, so you want to tell me what you believe or no?
I think local politics are more important, and the way people behave to each other is more important. The federal government doesn't really, we don't really have control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way
Wall Street runs it, and the defense contractors run it. It doesn't matter who's up there, they're going to somehow influence them one way or the other.
Yeah. So the war mongrels, the people with the big money, those are the people that are running everything.
Is that not like the biggest industry in our country?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
With
Now,
the capitalist system, so that's how it's going to operate.
Now, what's your opinion? Because you didn't want him coming in, but how was it with that we're fighting all those wars now and funding those wars now in Ukraine, and we weren't doing that in 2016 and 17 and 18?
It wasn't happening then.
Wasn't happening. Yeah. Was that
Trump stopped that? Is that your premise?
Do I think he stopped that? You know what? I'm kind of like you.
That shit, then.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm fed up with everything, and when you what's the word I'm looking for? When you don't trust the democracy, that's a problem too. When you don't trust it.
Democracy, but democracy is not necessarily the best way to run things, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, man. Things will happen, right? Like it's not.
Seems like a pretty chill guy, and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Like,
and tomorrow's gonna be Thursday.
More upset than me. I feel bad for them. They should be less emotionally invested in that stuff and focus on what they can actually control.
Yeah, and that's yourself. That's eating right, exercising. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. And what's your name? Emery. Nice to meet you, man. We're here in Bethlehem today, and we're asking people how do they feel about the turnout of the election.
Disheartened.
Disheartened.
Sad. Disappointed. All of the above.
All the above.
Just trying to get over it.
Yeah. Well, at least you're smiling. So what is
natural?
So there you go. So what disappoints you the most?
Well, that the rest of this fine country can't see, who's going to be running this country, who they actually chose. I mean, populace chose him, and that's normally how it works. And just, find it hard that, a felon, a rapist, an insurrectionist can be president of the United States of America. Now I'm sad.
We're out here in Bethlehem. We're asking people about the election, of the results. How do you feel about it?
Scared.
Scared? In what way?
I think there's a lot of just fear about what it could mean for the future and rights potentially being taken away from people and things like that. I'd say also just some surprise over the Senate and House as well. So.
Yeah, I don't think no one expected that.
Yes.
That was in left field overall.
I was expecting incumbents Susan Wild and Bob Casey to kind of keep it because I felt like they've been doing a really good job. So I was a little, I don't think it's been officially called yet, but neither of them are looking great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do you think the American people voted that way in mass numbers this time around?
I think there is a lot of perception that might not be extremely well founded. I think some of that perception is that one party may be better for the economy than the other, but I think that might not necessarily be true. I think there's a lot of concern around that. I think there's a lot of perception around, like, going back further, Obama inherited an economy that was not doing well, and then he kind of turned that around. And then Biden inherited an economy that also wasn't doing great and did his best, but I don't think that it's necessarily inherently his fault, and I think there were a lot of sins being passed on to Kamala that weren't well-founded. I also think that a lot of states further north, a lot of people for some reason have concerns over the border, even when there's 3,000 miles from the border. And I think when you live in Pennsylvania or Ohio, the state of the Mexican border shouldn't be your number one concern in life. I think there's greater issues going on, such as the cost of everything, I think should take precedent over.
Now, why do you think the cost of everything so high right now?
I think there's a lot of factors. I think it's really complicated, but I think honestly some of it might come down to lack of regulation. I think that there needs to be more regulation. I think there's been a lot of corporate greed, and I think a lot of people are lining their pockets, and most Americans are suffering because of it.
So more regulations will lower the prices of stuff.
I think it might help. I don't know. I think there's a lot of problems.
Now, are you going to be paying attention to what's going to be happening with Donald Trump?
I don't know if I have a choice.
Trump doesn't care about women's rights. He doesn't care about trans people's rights. He doesn't care about queer people. He doesn't care about immigrants. He doesn't care about anyone who is not a cisgender, heterosexual white male.
Now, how about all the African Americans and the Chinese guys and everybody else that voted for him? Because if they felt that way, they wouldn't vote for him.
That was like a very interesting way of like lumping all of.
Well, no, you just said all the white men.
Yeah, like we could use like some disaggregated data there, but yeah.
Because he had the biggest turnout in that I read in history.
Of course. There are always people who voted against their self-interest. Did you know that you can be a person of color and still support the KKK because there are people of color who also believe in keeping the races separate?
It's pretty wild.
You know, there are always people who like don't realize that they're voting against their self-interest. If you want to talk about the Chinese people who voted for Trump, all right, let's talk about the model minority myth and how it really brainwashes us into thinking that we are somehow immune to white supremacy when we're not. So yeah, there are people who are going to be voting against their own self-interest because they're not realizing it's going to impact them until it actually impacts them. I have a Chinese American friend who did vote for Trump a few years ago, and now he's like, oh shit, what about the tariffs? I'm like, oh, so when Trump was coming for the LGBTQ community, when he was coming for women, when he was coming for immigrants, your own parents, you didn't give a fuck. But oh no, when it comes to, 20% tariffs, that's where you draw the line because it's starting to impact you.
So you had a lot of emotion, a lot of energy into this election?
No, I mean, it was like...
Did you think she was going to win yesterday?
I knew she wasn't going to win.
Did you? I actually thought she was going to win.
As soon as Biden dropped out of the race, I knew that the Democrats didn't have a chance because I knew that this country was never going to elect a woman of color.
Is that the main reason why you don't think she got in?
There are a lot of reasons.
Okay.
Politics is complicated, but yeah, it's a pretty big reason. I grew up in Michigan. I grew up in Metro Detroit. And in 2016, it had historically been a blue state for decades. And it was 2016, a lot of people I knew who had never voted before, who were, in their mid-20s, late 30s. They had never voted, but they registered to vote so they could vote for Trump because the racists came out of the woodwork.
Now, how about her VP? You think he scared off people?
Do I think...
Her VP. Like, everybody was saying she should have went with the governor of Pennsylvania, Shapiro, and she picked the guy from Minnesota. You think he was a good pick, or did he get people a little...
Do people really care about the VPs? No one even remembers Tim Walz's name. I think a lot of people aren't going to remember him. Who remembers who Hillary's running mate was? No one remembers Tim Kaine. Like, VPs aren't deciding the elections.
So what do you think about Trump's VP?
I think he's got great eyeliner game. Do you know anything else about it?
Wait up, I'll get to you. How about you, sir? What do you have to say? You made a comment about Western Russia, or did I?
Oh no, I said that after this election, welcome to West Russia, because that's what this country is now.
You really think we're going to become a communist country?
Russia is not a communist country.
Okay, do you think a dictatorship?
Yes.
Okay.
And the dictator is not Trump, it's Putin.
So you think Putin and Trump are going to work together?
No. I think Trump is Putin's bitch, and that's it.
Trump is Putin's bitch. All right.
As are all the hardline Republicans elected now.
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you that fact. I just want the best for the country. I want people to unite, and we all have different views.
Too late now.
Too late?
Best for the country is not going to happen.
Yeah. Now, you're going to be open-minded for the next months and years to come and see...
I've always been open-minded. I was never raised with a political affiliation. My dad always told me to vote for the right candidate. And up until 2016, my family did support Republican candidates. And then Trump decided to run for office, and we're like, yeah, no.
And did your whole family start voting Democratic then after that?
Not the whole family.
Yeah.
Like I said, there will always be people who vote against their own self-interests.
Yeah.
And there will be people who get caught up on a single issue. I come from a Filipino family. My family is Catholic, and a lot of them supported Trump because they're like, oh, but Trump's pro-life, which is not actually true, because according to the Catholic Church, being pro-life means supporting life in all of its forms, not just fetuses. It also means opposing the death penalty, and Trump has been pretty in support of that. So Trump has never been a pro-life candidate. Trump does not give a fuck about unborn children. So
Trump doesn't give a fuck about anything other than staying out of prison.
Is that all you think he cares about, staying out of prison?
Yes.
So around the first election, I actually did vote for Trump, and I had a lot of friends that kind of booted me out. But what I will say is that you need to understand the facts for yourself. You need to do your own research, okay? When people just say to you, oh, he's this, he's that, he's the other thing, you have the power to do your own research and read your own shit and do your own thing. So when you want to jump on the bandwagon of an opinion, you better know who's talking about that opinion. You better know which sides. You better know both sides of that opinion, and you better vote like an American citizen. Sorry, this is the wine.
That's fine.
You
Let the wine talk.
Like an American citizen that has been here. And it's not about race, it's not about sex, it's not about anything like that, because the Democratic Party really enjoys picking on certain, ethnicities and making certain ethnicities feel victimized. We are not victims. This is a free country, and Donald Trump is going to free this country. When you live your life in a state of victimhood, you become a victim. You live in fear. You live in hatred. You live in anger. You can come out of those things. And Donald Trump wants you to come out of those things. What kind of president would get shot in the ear and still be a president? That's someone that's God's president, okay? That's all I have to say, period. You could continue to be blind and pull the wool over your eyes because that's what is comforting to you. But I just want everyone to know that there is a truth and there is a call that is coming from within the house. So you need to understand that just because you are told certain things and you are told to feel certain opinions, that does not mean that those opinions are true.
So what do you think about what that girl had to say? Because she was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that was really interesting. That was very interesting.
A surprise.
Yeah, we'd been talking to her for a little bit. She seemed really nice. And then when she started yelling, I just went and got the check. So I'm like, I don't think we're going to make small talk after this.
So you think your relationship's over after that?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think we're
She's very loud.
Yeah, she was loud.
I don't think we're going to get on, very...
You think she had too much wine to drink?
It seemed like she was
I don't...
some stuff like, apparently she had just had like a breakup or something, yeah.
You're just like spilling this girl's business. She did tell me that she did something wrong with her absentee ballot and it didn't go through, and I'm like, okay. That's maybe for the best.
So you're not happy with what happened yesterday?
No, I'm not.
No. Now, why do you think it occurred?
Why? I mean, honestly, I don't think the Democrats were really trying to be innovative and think for the future. Really, I think they were running on the same platform, probably created a lot of disillusionment, but honestly, a lot more integrity than what I think we're going to see.
Now, do you think she was a good candidate?
I do.
You do?
I do. I think she's a good candidate. The abbreviated time span for not having a primary, not having any of that was really probably not in her favor in the end.
And how about her VP? You think that worked against her as well?
No. I think he was supportive. I think there wasn't an issue with Tim Walz. No. more than half the people of the United States want something more authoritarian and more individualistic. So I have to learn to understand that. And
a lot of people came out to vote yesterday.
They did.
Of all ethnic groups and
yes,
all cultures, just everywhere.
I worked at a polling center as an observer, and can't fault the polls. I really, really high integrity of the polling process, and very diverse and very eager voters, and a lot of new voters.
You think a lot of people just feel disfranchised?
Yes.
Yeah, with how expensive everything is, the rent, especially with the young generation.
Yes, and I don't think they want engagement in overseas stuff at all.
Yeah.
And I think they want to focus on their lives for themselves and their families, and have more money in their pockets.
Don't like the result.
Don't like the results. Why is that? Nope. Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Very happy.
You're very happy?
Yes.
And why are you so happy? You look like a very happy gal.
I person that won, I wanted to win. So
yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but
well, you're honest. Say what you got to say.
Yeah.
I think your dog finds me attractive in one way or another. All right, little buddy, I'm not your type, little killer. So you're very happy about the results. Is that why you're glowing today?
I just had a really great run. So
yeah, there you go. So the guy you voted for got in. You had a great run, and you're feeling just happy today.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you, dear.
Yes.
I think it was a fair election. It was a close one. But I think the better man won. So maybe we'll see some good things out of it.
So you're happy he's in?
Oh yeah. That TV likes to make people sound like they're a bad guy, but really he's a good guy inside. So I feel like he's gonna do good.
So you believe that the media turned him into a bad guy?
Yeah.
But at heart, he's a good guy.
Yes.
I'm so angry, I want to punch a straight white man in the face.
What?
Not you, though.
How do you know I'm straight?
I'm assuming.
Uh-oh. So you're profiling me.
No. I'm upset and sad. My son's first election he got to vote for, so he was disappointed, which makes me disappointed. And it's a scary time for queer women, Yeah. I'm on disability, too. I live with cancer, so it's definitely...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm scared, I'm going to lose my benefits, my medicine. Scary.
Yeah. So what don't you like about Trump then? Why don't we start with that?
I don't like his healthcare plan. I don't like his tax plan. I don't like the way he speaks about women. I don't agree that abortion should go back to states. If you want to talk about state laws, I just don't agree with that. I think there should be federal regulations for certain rights. There's a lot of things I don't like about him, but women's rights are the top, and his healthcare plan.
So that was the main. You voting for her was the women's rights. That was really
healthcare, women's rights, and taxes for sure. Those are my top three.
Now, are you going to be paying attention in the next months, years? And
I always pay attention.
So now, how about if he? Wow, I have more in common with this guy than I think.
You know what? I'll be so happy. I'm the first to admit if I'm wrong. I will say I want him to succeed. We want him to succeed.
Hell yeah.
I said that earlier today.
Good. Country first.
Country first. Hello, people first. I'm a bleeding heart lover of people. Always and forever.
That's wonderful.
Love always wins.
I'm thrilled.
Thrilled?
I'm thrilled. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
you thrilled too?
I'm not.
You're not thrilled?
No.
And you're lying.
No, I'm not.
No. Okay, you got a good poker face.
I was actually at the Trump rally last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
At PPL Center. I'm thrilled.
And your friend?
She's not thrilled. I'm not.
You're not thrilled.
We're on opposite sides, but we're best friends.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what don't you like?
I'm saddened, first of all, that Kamala wasn't given a chance to become the first female president. And I'm saddened for all the rights of females that are in jeopardy. I'm saddened for my granddaughters. Who knows what's going to happen to them as they age. So just a lot of things, but I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic going forward because hopefully the country will no longer be divided.
Now, do you two talk about politics a lot?
Never.
We never talk about politics.
I never knew who she was for till I saw a sign out in her yard.
And how did that make you feel?
I still love her.
Now this is true friendship here. Look at this. Now you guys should set a standard. This is a standard because we meet people that they broke up friendships. I mean, families get broken up about this.
I know.
Friends for over 50 years.
Wow, you can't let politics break you up.
Absolutely not. No.
Now, how about if you wore off on you a little bit and she wore off on you a little bit, then you guys would just be right in the middle together.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
How about you? Are you happy?
I am happy, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm happy. Safety, I'm a huge safety guy, finance guy.
Right.
And just people got to get together. And I don't like wars. I don't like how we're funding these wars.
Exactly.
And wars are very scary. I don't like wars. You know, besides World War, the border. Yeah, border scary. We just met someone down there and they said, well, why do people in Pennsylvania care about the borders? And that's a pretty generic argument because we're so far away, you know?
Yeah.
But I do know they shipped in a lot of swing voters, or a lot of Mexicans to all the swing states, you know? And we can't have non-American people dictating our votes, you know, and changing it. So those are what I vote for. And I have a son that's turned 17, and he feels that, you know, the money's making, he's not going to be able to get an apartment. Everything is so damn high. And I felt so happy for him. He's like, Dad, I'll save more money now. I said, I hope so. You know? So.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens.
I'm surprised hell hasn't frozen over, but very happy to see it hasn't.
So you're happy with the results?
I wouldn't say I'm unhappy. I was very against Trump before the first time he was elected. He actually did a pretty damn good job. So, yeah, I got no problem with it.
No problem. So you're very optimistic about the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about as optimistic as I get on it.
There you go. Well, you seem like a very happy gal. So thank you. And yeah, you can check us out on YouTube.
Don't make me too famous, huh?
Oh, don't make me too famous.
Make me money. Don't make me famous.
Make you money. So you want to be like the kicker on the football team. No one knows who you are.
There you go.
No one knows who you are. And you make lots of money, and you get to go around, and hey, you just blend in.
Yeah, you can still look like a normal human.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm the kicker type myself. So.
You look like you could be.
No, I never was that good at sports actually. So thank you.
Very excited and relieved, and yeah, looking forward to what he does the next 4 years for sure.
So what scared you about the opposite side?
I don't think I could say anything without being completely offensive.
You
No
can be
offense.
offensive. Be yourself.
I don't think she was qualified at all. She never gave answers. She avoided a lot of interviews. She would say many times that once she is in charge, what she's going to do to change things, but she's been the VP for the last 4 years and nothing has happened. So, yeah, sorry, I see your hat. I apologize. Sorry.
So how about because you're a woman and you didn't vote for a woman, and all these women are on TikTok today said, how can any women vote for this?
I don't vote for people based on color or gender or ethnicity. It's more about their policies that I care about. So it has nothing to do with me not thinking a woman is capable of the position in the future, just not this one.
Yeah. Now, you think if Tulsi Gabbard would be running?
I would be interested in hearing what she has to say. I haven't paid too much attention to her, to be honest with you. But she definitely seems a little bit more in line with what, I'm interested in. So we'll see what happens over the next 4 years.
And what do you think Big D's going to do for us?
Well, I think he did a great job the first 4 years, and hopefully he has a little bit more experience this time around, and he puts people in charge that know what they're doing and really just have America's, best interests at heart. So we'll see.
Not too happy with how it came out, but we just go vote. We just try to spread the word and rally more people for the next one. We just go from there.
Now you're going to be paying attention and.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of things that people, are disagreeing on. So trying to find some common ground and kind of making progress moving forward is the best thing.
And what don't you like about Trump?
I just I come from an immigrant family, and I feel like he says a lot of things that are kind of polarizing, and I really just want to find ways to bring everybody together. So.
And you don't think he's the man for the job?
I don't. No.
So time's going to tell the story now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. And what did you like about Kamala?
For me, I just like that she aligned with a lot of my values. I'm a Democrat, so. Yeah.
So you vote blue no matter who kind of gal?
No.
No.
No, it really just depends on the person, so.
That's good. So you're open-minded.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I might see you 4 years from now. You'd be wearing a Trump hat, protest Trump go, and I'm going to remember you.
We'll see about that. I don't know about that.
You didn't vote?
No.
Uh-oh. You didn't practice your right?
No.
So how do you feel about Donald Trump getting in?
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if that's what the people wanted, I guess.
And now are you going to start paying attention this time around?
I mean, it's not that I wasn't paying attention. I've been like hearing, but I don't know. I don't got like a public opinion about it.
Now we do notice that people that don't vote seem happier than people that do vote.
I think like ignorance is bliss.
Just leaving Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, November 6th, the day after the historic election. And people are hot, people are emotional, people on all sides. And we have a lot of happy people, a lot of sad people, angry people. I think the dopamine spike is too high on all sides. And you're gonna have that because for every winner you have a loser. And I mentioned that in my other podcast, and country first, but we're wrapping it up right now. We had some good interviews, beautiful day for November, and I think it was like 70 degrees outside. We're out here in shorts and a t-shirt, or he is, I'm in pants, but it's just gorgeous outside. So it's nice to be out here talking to people, seeing what people are saying, and no matter what side you're on, country first, and no matter what side you're on, that was a hell of a fight that Donald Trump put up. And if you don't like him, or if you like him, that man is a fighter. You can't take that away from him. Stay tuned, like, and subscribe.